Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I wanted to show you the fun packs that are available. I think I have about 8 names on the list of people who want these, and I have 11 of these. I made 12. I always keep one for myself. The price of these, $28, and that includes shipping, US only. I cannot afford to ship internationally right now. Each one has a key. Each one has about an ounce of this sort of lined paper. Each one has a piece of scrapbook paper. These are not organized by stacks. I add to them over time. So there could be other scrapbook paper in here, but each one has a piece probably about this size. Each one is going to have an old handwritten letter of some type. Each one is going to have one of these white envelopes. So 2 more pieces of scrapbook paper, and this is sort of grungy looking. Each one has a pink index card. Each one has a piece of this beautiful vellum. Each one has a couple of these very encouraging, I forget what kind of cards they are. They're not really tarot cards. They're inspirational cards. Marilyn Matthews and Tara Kemp. These were in a set, and I think they're really inspirational. So each one has 2 of those. Each one has, how many of these luggage tags? It looks like 5 of those. And there's another piece of scrapbook paper from the sort of grungy collection. Each one is going to have an old page from a needlecraft book. This is 1910, I think. And there is a little ticket. Each one is going to have some sort of old piece of newspaper or magazine. This is 1916. Each one is going to have some old music sheets. These are pretty, and these are old, so I'm handling with care. Each one has a piece of this. I printed this out. That's where I had been scanning pages from an old-fashioned catalog. And then each one has a piece of a page from whatever book this was. And then there's another page that I printed out with the beautiful old images. Each one has got a small old photograph, one of these old commercial and Farmers Bank receipts. There is another old magazine page. That's from the designer. What year? I'm not sure what year that is. It's very old. And then 3 of these sheets. You can print these to make a trifold brochure, but they're also really pretty just to use in your, like to make pages or on your pages. There is a little card cut from some scrapbook paper. And then here is some more music. I think, yeah, this is a different book. The other one was older. This is a newer book. This has got 3 pages. Each one has 1 or 2 of these cards, postcards. I'm not sure. That has 2, so I'm guessing all of them have 2. Each one has a map. These are vintage. I just like the old colors, and it's fun to just cut portions out and use it to make, you know, embellishments and things for your journals. And then here, this is fun. So these are just a couple of sheets from a notepad, Killer Queen wine bar, and that's in Durham. Each one has got a couple of these napkins and a couple of sheets of this banana paper. Each one has a little card from a Mary Englebright set. They're all different. Each one has one of these old desk cards for alphabet and the numbers on this side. Los Angeles Unified School District. Those are vintage. And then each one has a few sheets of this graph paper, Codex graph paper. Looks like 4 sheets here. Usually I count the sheets to make sure they're exact. Sometimes I weigh them, so it might not be exactly the same, but it's all the same weight. And you know, if you're dealing with thin paper, like that very first stack that there's an ounce of, it could be off by one sheet or whatever, but they're all built exactly the same. Each one has a couple of these paper doilies, and then some pages from an old dictionary. And I tried to make sure that there were some fun illustrations on all the pages. Well, maybe not each and every page in what you get. I think there is, but what I mean is each pack got some good illustrations. There's a piece of this map. I thought the colors were really pretty in that. And then there's a larger paper doily, a really pretty sheet of this fancy paper. And all of the fancy paper, I think, is a little bit different, but it's all similar to this. And then these are fun. These are the index cards that go in the old record album boxes where you would file them by name or whatever. Someone had written on these. They're fun. And then these are fun too. Each one has a couple of, I just grabbed a couple of envelopes. You may have one of these in your envelope. You may have 2 or 3. But these are old microfiche records. This says Daily Congressional Record, 1993. So those are fun. There's a recipe card. These may vary from pack to pack. And then Airmont is a historic place in Hillsboro. And these are old cards from there with the envelopes. And then each one has a page from this old French book. Couple of these little butterfly emblems that were cut out from greeting cards. Here are some more pages from the French textbook. Sometimes things, when I drop them into the envelopes, they might drop in between pages, and that kind of makes things seem more out of order than they actually are. Each one has a couple of these beautiful old calendar pages. Really pretty. Look at the wildflowers. And then each one has a couple of these botanical images that were from some fabric. They're really pretty. I will probably put at least one other one because I want to use these up. I will probably put another one in each pack. I will put another one in each pack. Not probably, because I just did. 2 of these heavy cards. Those are really pretty. And then just some little, like, I don't know what these are, like little note cards or whatever. I think they go with invitations or something. And then each one has a piece of this fabric. And you can see it's kind of long. How tall is that? Like 12 inches. So you could definitely get a journal cover out of this. And I just thought that was so pretty. I really like that fabric. So each one has one of those. Each one has a little piece of the mushroom fabric that I bought when I had the retreat and I walked down to Freeman's Creative, which is a fabric store near the Scrap Exchange. Each one has a piece of this really cute wallpaper with the cat. The cats are different across the wallpaper, so I think there's 2 different designs. You may get the black cat, and I think the other one was more of a buff or a white sort of cat. Each one has a couple of these square vellum envelopes, really pretty. And then an envelope from the Chamber Art Society. Each one has a page from this calendar with the birds, 2005. And then a couple of these really nice, so this is from some stationery, Royal Linen, I think is what it was called. I think it's 24 pound, but you have, I think it's 8 sheets of this. So that makes nice journal pages. And then a piece from this vintage wallpaper, wrapping paper, sorry. Each one has a page from a very old book of animals. This book was falling apart. The cover was completely missing, and the back was intact, but like the first 130 pages of the book were gone. So each one has a page from that. Look at the old bird illustration. And then each one has a page from this beautiful roll of paper. This is some sort of wallpaper. I don't know if that was a spoon flower thing. I don't remember. But each one has one of those. And then a piece of this fabric, which is so pretty. This fabric feels to me like it could be an indoor-outdoor fabric. So it would make a nice, sturdy journal cover. It's just really pretty. I love the fact that it has leaves on it, but it's not the fall colors. It almost looks like an eco printing or something. Eco printing, I should say. And then each one has, I think it was so many ounces of, 2 ounces of this, I think. And these are fun because they're perforated and you can tear right along that fold. And then these tear off as well. So that is what is in this fun pack. Lots of old stuff. Really, really pretty items in here. So these, like I said, are $28. This would make a beautiful journal, and that includes US shipping. I'm going to go ahead and post this video, and I'm going to post underneath the people whose names I have on the list. And please let me know if you're still interested. I would love to get these out today. I'm off work today, so I would love to get these out and get them all shipped. So there will be, I think, 3 additional, or however many. You'll see it in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will be back soon. Bye for now.